In a land where legends dance on the wind and tales whisper through the trees, there lived a clever monkey with a fiddle that could make even the stars sway. But before we dive into this enchanting story, let me ask you, have you ever wondered what would happen if music had the power to change your fate? Well, gather round, for this tale might just make you believe in the magic of melodies. Long ago, in a lush forest teeming with life, our hero monkey found himself in quite a pickle. His belly grumbled with hunger, and his pockets were as empty as a hollow log. With no choice but to seek his fortune, Monkey set out on a journey that would lead him to the most unexpected of places. As he wandered through the dense foliage, the canopy above rustling with secrets, Monkey stumbled upon the hidden dwelling of his great uncle. Now this wasn't just any ordinary relative. No, Monkey's great uncle was a wise old sage. His fur silvered with age and his eyes twinkling with ancient knowledge. "Ah, young one," the elder monkey crooned, his voice as smooth as honey. "I see the hunger in your eyes and the determination in your step. Come, I have just the thing to set you on your path." With gnarled hands, the great uncle presented Monkey with two extraordinary gifts: a bow and arrow of exquisite craftsmanship, and a fiddle that seemed to hum with its own inner music. "Listen closely," the old one whispered, leaning in conspiratorially. "This bow and arrow will never miss its mark. Whatever you desire to hunt, it shall fall to your aim. And this fiddle, oh, this fiddle holds magic beyond your wildest dreams. When you play it, all who hear must dance, unable to resist its enchanting tune." Monkey's eyes widened with wonder as he grasped the gifts, feeling their power course through his nimble fingers. With a heart full of gratitude and a spring in his step, he bid farewell to his great uncle and ventured back into the world, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. It wasn't long before word of Monkey's marvelous bow spread through the forest. Animals far and wide marveled at his skill, and soon one particularly crafty creature took notice. Brer Wolf, with his sharp teeth and sharper wit, approached Monkey with a glint in his eye that spoke of mischief. "Say there, Monkey," Brer Wolf drawled, circling our hero with a predatory grace. "That's quite the bow you've got there. How's about letting me borrow it for a spell?" But Monkey, wise beyond his years, clutched his bow tightly and shook his head. "I'm sorry, Brer Wolf, but this bow was a gift from my great uncle. I can't just give it away." Brer Wolf's eyes narrowed, and a snarl tugged at his lips. "You'll regret that, Monkey, mark my words." And oh, how those words would come to haunt our clever friend, for Brer Wolf, in his anger and jealousy, hatched a plan most foul. He spread rumors through the forest, whispering tales of Monkey's supposed thievery, painting him as a scoundrel and a rogue. Before long, Monkey found himself dragged before the forest court, presided over by the mighty lion himself. The air was thick with tension as accusations flew like arrows, each one piercing Monkey's heart with disbelief. "Monkey," Lion's voice boomed, silencing the chattering crowd, "you stand accused of theft most grievous. What say you in your defense?" But no matter how Monkey pleaded his innocence, the evidence mounted against him. Brer Wolfie's silver tongue had woven a web of lies so intricate that even the wisest of creatures found themselves entangled. With a heavy heart and a furrowed brow, Lion delivered his verdict. "Monkey, for your crimes against the forest and its inhabitants, you are sentenced to hang at dawn." A collective gasp rippled through the gathered animals. Monkey felt his world crumbling around him, the injustice of it all threatening to overwhelm his spirit. But then, as if guided by an unseen hand, his fingers brushed against the smooth wood of his fiddle. In that moment, a spark of hope ignited in Monkey's chest. With nothing left to lose, he raised the instrument to his chin and began to play. The first notes that drifted from the fiddle were soft, almost hesitant. But as Monkey's confidence grew, so too did the power of his music. The melody swelled, filling the air with a magic so potent that not a single creature could resist its call. Suddenly, as if struck by lightning, Lion's majestic mane began to sway. His paws, once planted firmly on the ground, now tapped in time with the beat, and before anyone could blink, the mighty king of the forest was dancing, his body moving in ways that defied both gravity and dignity. Brer Wolf, who had been grinning smugly at his victory, found his own legs betraying him. He howled in frustration as his body twirled and leaped, unable to stop the frenzied jig that had taken hold of him. All around, animals of every shape and size succumbed to the fiddle's enchantment. Rabbits bounced in dizzying circles, birds performed aerial ballets, and even the ancient trees seemed to sway in time with the music. Monkey played on, his fingers flying over the strings with a passion born of desperation. He poured every ounce of his being into the melody, weaving a spell of truth and justice with each note. Hours passed, and still the dance continued. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, but Monkey's music never faltered. Exhaustion began to set in among the forest dwellers, their movements becoming sluggish and uncoordinated. Finally, as the first stars began to twinkle in the twilight sky, Lion raised a weary paw. "Enough," he roared, his voice hoarse from exertion. "Monkey, I beg you, cease this enchantment." Monkey lowered his fiddle, the last notes fading into the night air. A hush fell over the clearing as every creature struggled to catch their breath, their bodies aching from the prolonged dance. "Now," Monkey said, his voice calm but firm, "perhaps we can discuss the truth of this matter." And so, with limbs trembling and pride wounded, Brer Wolf confessed to his deceit. He told of his jealousy, of the lies he had spread, and of the innocent monkey he had framed for his own selfish desires. Lion, humbled by the experience and ashamed of his hasty judgment, turned to Monkey with remorse in his eyes. "Monkey, we have done you a great injustice. Your sentence is withdrawn, and your bow and arrow shall be returned to you at once." As the animals dispersed, murmuring apologies and casting wary glances at the fiddle, Monkey stood tall, his spirit unbroken. He had faced the darkness of injustice and emerged victorious, armed with nothing more than his wit and the power of music. And so, dear listeners, remember well the tale of the monkey's fiddle. For in times of trouble, when the world seems set against you, it is not always strength or cunning that will see you through. Sometimes the most powerful weapon you possess is the ability to make others see the world through your eyes, or in this case, hear it through your melody. Let this story be a reminder that within each of us lies the power to change our fate, to dance to our own tune, and to find justice in the most unexpected of places. For in a world where even the mightiest can be brought low by a simple fiddle, anything is possible if you have the courage to play your song.